So now we're going to do some sample problems. You should copy the first problem, 7 over 3 equals v minus 9 over 6, into your notebooks. Now what you're going to do, the first thing we do whenever we see part of a fraction or part of a ratio with more than one term, in this case the numerator here, v minus 9, has two terms, v and negative 9. I'm going to put parentheses around it. You'll see why in a second. Then we're going to do our cross multiplication. In green, I'm going to multiply 3 times what's in those parentheses, v minus 9, and then 7 times 6 in red. That's our butterfly. So I'm going to start with my 3, and I'm going to rewrite the problem. 3 times what's in those parentheses, v minus 9, equals, and then in red, 7 times 6. So that's my cross multiplication. Now, as you know, when you have parentheses, you're going to distribute or dolphin dive. So I'm going to distribute that 3 over both terms inside the parentheses. I'm going to get 3v minus 9, minus 27 over both terms equals, and then 7 times 6 is 42. Now, I'm going to get the variables on one side and the constants on the other. The easiest thing to do here is to add 27 to both sides. And remember to build your wall. You're left with 3v on the left. The 27's cancel, and 42 plus 27 is 69. And by now most of you should know to divide both sides by 3, because we have 3 times v equals 69. The opposite of multiplication is division. Divide both sides by 3 and we get v equals 23. And that's our answer. Okay, number 2. You have 7 over x minus 2, and we see in the denominator here, x minus 2 has 2 terms, so I'm going to put parentheses around it, and that equals the ratio of 6 over x. So I'm going to do my butterfly. I'm going to start with the green. I'm going to multiply 6 times x minus 2 in green, and my other butterfly wing will be 7 times x. So I'm going to do 6 times x minus 2 equals, and in red, 7 times x. I have to distribute that 6 over both terms. I get 6x minus 12 equals 7x. And I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides, because then I can do it in one step. 6 minus 6, 6x minus 6x, cancel. You're left with negative 12 equals x. And that's our answer. Third problem. Copy it down into your notebooks. The difference here is now both numerators have more than one term. So I'm going to use 2 sets of parentheses, n minus 7 here, and n plus 5 on the second ratio. The process is going to be the same though. I'm going to butterfly 4 and n plus 5, and then 5 and n minus 7. So you're going to do 4 times n plus 5. That's one butterfly wing. The equal sign does not go away, and then you have 5 times n minus 7. Now I'm going to distribute on both sides. That's what those parentheses are for. 4 times n is 4n. 4 times 5 is a positive 20. 5 times n is n. 5 times negative 7 is negative 35. Now I'm going to subtract 5n from both sides. I've got my wall here. And remember, you can't divide at this point. The only thing you can do across the wall until the very end is add or subtract. Since I have a positive 5n here, I'm going to subtract 5n on both sides. 4n minus 5n is negative 1, plus 20. 5n minus 5n is 0. And on the right side, I'm left with negative 35. And that's negative 1n. I forgot to write my n. So now I'm going to subtract 20 from both sides. And I have negative 1n equals negative 55. And to get rid of negative 1 on both sides, since this is multiplication, negative 1 times n, I'm going to divide both sides by negative 1. And I get a positive n equals a positive 55, because a negative divided by a negative is positive. 55 divided by 1 is 55. So the final problem, you need to copy down into your notebooks. And you're going to draw 2 sets of parentheses. You're going to butterfly p plus 3 times 3. And then you're going to butterfly on the other part 6 times p minus 10. So in green, 3 times p plus 3 equals 6 times p minus 10. I'm going to draw my wall, and I'm going to distribute. 3 times p plus 3, and 6 distributing over p and negative 10. So 3 times 3 is 3p. 3 times 3 is 9. 6 times p is 6p. 6 times negative 10 is negative 60. I'm going to subtract 6p from both sides to get the p's on the left. So 3p minus 63 is negative 3p. I still have my 9. On the right side, the 6p's cancel, becomes 0, equals negative 60. Then I'm going to subtract 9 from both sides. And I'm left on the left side with negative 3p. Those 9's cancel, and I get negative 69. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 3 to get p by itself. And I get p equals 23. And that's it. So now, you have p equals 23. Sorry you didn't see that initially. So now it's time for you to do the question stack. You should know how to do that. Place the answers up. Pick one problem, turn over one card, solve that problem, look for the answer, stack it, and keep doing it. Please show your work. Make sure your name is on your worksheet so you can turn it in. Thank you very much and have a great day.